Wow, 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 wow. Hello, 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 beautiful people and wonderful people out there. It's another wonderful and beautiful day. Oh, I love the weather. In fact, today is a very bright day. It's very bright out there and a lot of people are enjoying in London, you know. It's very exciting. A lot of activities are happening in London today. Wow. Anyway, welcome to the Click Show. Yes, you are watching the Click Show on Great Television on Facebook. Yes, you can also download the e-cable where you can watch us live on it as well. So now tell a friend to tell a friend that we are live on the Click Show. I know you keep watching Click Show and I appreciate that. I love you so much. And you know, there's a lot of love going on at Great Television. A lot of love has been going on, which in fact is very good for us. We release some stress. People are depressed, but when we come here, we have fun, we joke, we do so many things, and we calm down. At the end of the day, we look so happy. So there's a lot of love going out here. Anyway, I am your one and only Okonore Yaa. Yes, your agony aunt. And I would like to say a big thank you to Elilia Couture for my outfit. And another thank you to Beauty by Mona for my makeup, and also to Ivory Decorations for sponsoring the Click Show. I also like to say a big thank you to my producers and my directors because they are doing a very great job. Yes, today we have a very informative session and I know you've stayed glued to your seat. In fact, you don't want to miss this session because it's going to open up many things. There are so many things happening in our marriages and relationships. And today, what I have for you today is something that is happening currently in every relationship. And I think it's bothering a lot of people. And it breaks marriages. So stay glued to your seat. Don't go anywhere. Grab a popcorn or go and get some drink or juice or any water and stay glued to your seat because you don't want to miss this session. Well, we'll be going for a commercial break. And before we go for a commercial break, I've got a special guest with me. You know, all this while, yeah, I have been looking for someone who is very informative, someone who could help me delve into this issue that we are going to discuss today. And I've got a special guest on this show. I will introduce him, but before then, we'll be going for a commercial break. And when we come back, we will start talking with our guests. So stay glued to your seats, don't go anywhere, and we will be back.
Ivory Party Hire and Event Planning is one of the UK's leading event companies. There are several event planning companies, but the best of the rest is Ivory Party Hire. Our specialty is creating quality, unique events with stunning delivery and integrating each and every element, from decoration, party equipment hires, event planning, etc. We provide a wide range of bespoke events, from private parties and weddings to conferences, product launching, charity balls and high-profile special functions. Our team works all over the UK and internationally. Our creativity, passion and customer service is second to none. Contact Ivory Party Hire and Event on mobile
07400071417. Email info@ivorypartyhire.co.uk. Website www.ivorypartyhire.co.uk.
Ivory Party Hire and Event Planning. Imaginary made real.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back. Yes, you are watching the Click Show on Great Television, and my name is the one and only Okonore Yaa, your agony auntie. Yes, I already said like today's discussion is very informative. We have a very informative session today, and I've got with me a special guest. But before I introduce him, let's watch this trailer.
Tough Target, the London premiere, starring Chuti Alagu, Ruth Kadiri, Kepi Epiyoung. The London premiere, 13th of April 2018, Odeon Greenwich, IMAX Bugsby Way. For tickets, call 07914164006. Tickets can be bought at eventbrite.co.uk. Don't forget, it's a movie directed by Teko Benson. Tough Target, the London premiere, starring Chuiti Alagu, Ruth Kadiri, Kepi Epiyan. The London.
You just saw this trailer. Yes, something is going to happen in London next week, and I know you don't want to miss it. In fact, it's a movie premiere, and that movie, I really want to be there. I really want to see it, and I hope you don't want to miss it. But do you know who is behind all this? That is a special guest I've got on my show today, and he's in the person of Felix Nkadi. Yes, Felix Nkadi is the one behind this movie trailer. Hello, Felix.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Click Show.
Thank you.
Okay, right. So, we've just watched the trailer, which is very good, which looks very good and great.
Exactly.
Yes, and you were a producer.
Exactly.
You are a writer.
Yes.
And you are a pastor as well.
Yes.
Wow, 3 in 1.
Thank you.
Is good. That is good, right? So Felix, before we go to our main topic, can you tell us a little bit about this trailer, please?
Yes, it's about the film Tough Target, produced by my humble self, Felix Nyemike Nkade. The story is my concept, and it was directed by one of the top Nollywood directors, Teko Benson.
Okay.
It's about African culture. It has a lot to teach the family. It has a lot to entertain the people. It's a great film that is not the normal conventional film you usually see every day. This is a special film with special information, with special features, a lot of things that will make people know that Nollywood has come to stay.
Wow, Tough Target.
Yes.
Yeah. Why the name Tough Target? Why the name Tough Target?
Yes, the principal character in the movie became the target of some mysterious pursuers, and her role became so tough for them to get her.
And who is that?
And the story, Ruth Kadiri.
Oh, Ruth Kadiri, I love you, Ruth. Wherever you are, I love you. I'm missing you. Please, we want to see you in London. You know, yeah. Anyway, so how many movies have you produced so far?
I produced about 12 movies. I've produced several movies over the years. Wow. If you have had a film, My Wicked Uncle, is one of my topmost movies. I did it more than 10 years ago. Okay. My Wicked Uncle features the traditional way, like some uncles has been doing to people they don't know that their future will later be bright. But so when people are born, they are born with star. When the Bible says, "Let your light so shine before men, that people will see it and glorify your Father in heaven." There are people you may see, you may look down on them, you may deride and despise them. You don't know that if God is behind them, you cannot calculate, envisage, or permutate with how their level will be.
That's true.
Because God that is greater than them makes them greater than even the help of man or even the power of any form of wickedness. So My Wicked Uncle is a story that teaches people to be confident, to rely on God no matter the situation, to rely that even if you are deprived, even if you are humiliated, even if you are forsaken, that there is somebody that cannot forsake you, and that is God. And when God comes to perform his wonders in your life, your enemies will be put to shame.
That's true.
So again, I did a film I called Marital Confusion. Marital Confusion is a movie to teach housewives, to teach people that obedience to the marriage cause is very important. When you have a marriage, stick to your marriage no matter the situation. What happens today, God, only what changes condition is God. Bible said that God changes times and seasons. You understand? So Marital Confusion teaches people to stick to their marriages no matter the problem. I did another film, Melting Point. It teaches young ladies how to be faithful to their future, how not to be carried away by the affluence of their parents, how to know that they have something good to contribute to the morality of their generation. So how they cannot be carried away because of the wealth of their parents, because of the influence or connections of their parents, they use it against their husbands.
Oh,
so
okay.
that is the point behind the film, Melting Point.
Okay.
So I wrote another film, Legend of Money.
Okay.
Legend of Money is a man that has 2 gifts for his 2 children. He told them, choose blessing or choose my wealth. The man said, I will choose your blessing, because their father was very rich.
Wow.
So he decided to choose all the properties of the father, the cars, the houses, the companies. But the other one, who is so faithful to God, said, I will choose your blessings. So when the father died, the father, before his death on the sick bed, he pronounced a lot of blessings.
Okay.
In
Anyway,
Genesis 49, how Israel pronounced blessings to his children. So in so many ways, I have a concept before I put up a story.
That's good. Yeah, Mr. Felix, that means all your stories that you've mentioned, it's good. Some is in their marriage and relationship.
Yes.
Some also teaches us to be strong and confident in ourselves.
And hoping on God.
Yes. And
Yes.
some teaches us not to be selfish and greedy.
Exactly. Not to be proud too.
Exactly.
I have direction for all my stories. I build up a concept. This is what I teach. I want to teach to my generation at this time. So that is how I make up stories and produce it in a movie.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Mr. Felix. Right. Talking about this marriage and relationship issues that you are saying, there's a lot going on in our marriages and relationship in this 21st century. Marriages are breaking down. Relationships are just over the bar. Dating is something else. You don't know who to choose. You don't know who is the right man for you or the right woman. And we say nobody is perfect. But a lot of people are stressed in their marriages, and I don't know what's going on. Yes. Today, I just want us to go into trust, mistrust, and cheating in marriage and relationship. It's something that is going on. It's an ongoing thing that is making marriage not to be so sweet, and a lot of things are happening. So, Mr. Felix, what is trust and mistrust in a relationship?
Very good. Trust is having perfect confidence on someone, having confidence on a relationship. Like Job trusted God. When Satan came to ask, can I tempt this your son, that if I tempt him, he will change? God said, you are permitted to tempt him, but do not touch his life. God trusted him. Even in Job 2 verse 9, when his wife advised him to curse God and died, he said, no, you are just talking like one of those foolish women. That can you get only good from God without getting the other side? So trust is beyond every suspicion. When you trust somebody in relationship, you don't suspect wrongly, you don't imagine wrongly, you don't think wrongly, you don't fear. Trust goes with faith. Bible said that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So trust has to do with sound mind. Okay, you have to have faith, confidence, and know that that person cannot do some things that will be so wrong or offensive to you. You understand? The problem of suspicion begins in the mind. When the Bible says in 2 Corinthians chapter 10, 3-5, he said that though we walk in the flesh, but we do not war after the flesh, because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. Strongholds are strong imaginations, strong thoughts. You understand? He said, casting out every evil thoughts. You understand? And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. The obedience of Christ is having godly virtue. What is causing a lot of mistrust and breakages in marriages is that, especially we Africans, we want to imbibe what we are not. You understand? Our parents, you see, in their time, they were not breaking up. But we want social development and technology to change the mind and affect our actions, our decisions, and our relationships. You understand? If you say that God is one from the beginning to the end, I give you this example. Every manufacturing company, be it car, be it computer, they change models year by year.
Yeah.
But God from centuries past has not changed the model of human being. The way he created our forefathers, the same shape we are, which means that God is natural and unique.
That's true.
So the first institution that God himself created is the institution of marriage. When he saw Adam and said, it is not good for you to be alone. I will make you a helpmeet. A helpmeet, which means a supporter, like what the neck is to the head. You understand? But people have changed it either by some problems of law, giving some rights to women or giving some rights to people. And at times, I want to put this before I move further. Everybody has his own nature. When the Bible says that every tree produces after its own kind, an orange tree cannot produce a mango fruit.
No.
You are a product of your family. It means that you have a nature that is you. And that nature that is you has somebody that it will be compatible with. You understand? But when you are carried away by some sweet mouths of some men, when you are carried away by some promises that are not realistic, when you are carried away by expecting things that you want to get to the top, or you want to become a president the next day, so that is what leads people to mixing with those that are not theirs.
Yeah. Can I come in? If there is trust in marriage or relationship, why do people put like passwords on their phone? Like when they are going to the bathroom, they have to go with their phone.
Good.
When you are with your husband or your wife in the house and your phone is there, your phone is ringing, or even you are even scared. You don't even want your wife or your husband to touch your phone. So if there's trust in the relationship or marriage, why should there be password on our phone?
Good.
Yeah.
If there is trust, what are you going to search in your spouse's phone?
Oh, maybe it's not like you are going to search something in your spouse's phone. Maybe the phone is there. You can be like, or even if your husband's or wife's phones ring, if there is trust in between the two of you, is it not right for you? Like if there is a call coming, can't I pick your calls?
Good.
Or can't you pick my calls?
Let me comment. This issue of phone has caused a lot of problems in marriages.
I know.
I have been privileged to settle a lot of issues that borders on phone. You understand? Especially wives going into their husband's phone. When a man is not showing you his phone at times, it is not that he has relationships. His phones have credit alerts and debit alerts of his accounts. His phone has a lot of things about his businesses. His phone have some things. Everything about him is in the phone. But a man that trusts his wife can open it. Me, my phone is open to my wife. You understand? But I have settled a lot of cases when girls, women go to their husband's phone and see some things, maybe their relationship, business relationship. Once the text is from a woman, it becomes a problem. You understand? I have seen one day somebody reported the husband to me that they have that is suspecting the man. So, and this is a man I know very well. He cannot. He doesn't even think about having an
affair.
An affair.
Okay.
So when I went to settle the issue, I spoke to the woman. I said, this man, to the best of my knowledge, he cannot have time to have an affair with another person. He said, no, he's suspecting him. He's suspecting him. I said, okay, you know that this man cannot do it. When I confronted her with this, you know the truth. The woman said, yes, I know the truth. This man, my husband, cannot do it. But why I'm accusing him is so that he will not be dissuaded. He will not be think of having another person, because he's a rich person, he's doing well. But if he doesn't sometimes some women, they know how to nag. You understand? So I was so shocked. That was because I did, from my relationship with people, I am a counselor too.
Okay.
So from the way I counsel people, I learn. It forms my stories that I used to teach people too. The woman now, the person that was making trouble, now told me, say, this man I know, she is not like that. But I wish she is afraid that a woman may later deceive him. And that is why she's making this trouble, so that he will not go the wrong way in future. I said, but you are stressing this man. There are some men, all they concentrate is their business. Again, is concentrating on, man. Once they concentrate on one thing, they concentrate on it. So when you bring trouble, it confuses them. So I am pleading to women: the best you can do for a man is to give him peace of mind. It's only a stupid man that will leave his marriage and concentrate love on another person or be keeping unnecessary affair. It is waste of money. It is waste of time. You understand? It brings a lot of problem to your home. No right thinking man that is married will have time, will have to a lot of extra money to waste in outside relationships.
But let's, what if it's vice versa? Like you're talking about the women allowing their husbands to, to have a peace of mind. How about the other way around? If the man is always checking on his wife's phone, checking on his wife, where she's going, what she's doing, and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah. From my personal experience, I will say that a man who has so much time to check his wife's phone, to check or trace the wife, that man is first very lazy. The man is very lazy. The man has no vision. He has no direction. He has no focus. For you to leave everything you have to do as a man to fend, protect, and make a better future for your family, and what you are concentrating on is what is in the I cannot think about checking my wife's phone. I trust her. So if a man who is supposed to be the breadwinner of the family, who is supposed to be very prayerful to protect the family, Nehemiah 4:14, a man said, protect your wife by prayers. So a man has a lot to do, a lot of focus, a lot of direction for the future of the family. So you a kind of sacrifice all those to check. That is backwardness, and that is laziness. Any man I see or hear do that, I'm going to be very annoyed with that man.
Because some people even
I have not seen a man that is concentrating. Maybe any day I find him, I see that a man has so much time for those ridiculous activities. I think that is less than a man.
Really?
Honestly.
Wow. Because some people even go to the extent of tagging their phones, so that when you're communicating with somebody, he's also listening to whoever is talking to you, whoever is texting you.
Tagging their wife's
like
phone.
These days, because of the way technology is, you can spy on someone's phone.
Good. Yeah.
So it does happen. It's happening.
That is why I say that some men are very lazy. You understand? Some are very, very lazy. And if you know your position as a man, the purpose that God made you a man, let me now tell you this. When Bible says that women should wear something on their head during prayer, he said it is not to respect God. It is to honor the man.
Okay.
So man being the head has a lot of responsibilities for the future of the family. The future is not only money for the family. The future is morality, wisdom for your children. How you will stabilize the future of your family. How you want your children to behave. That somehow a person can behave, you say, whose son is this? Once you mention the father, you say, no wonder.
Okay.
Because the family is not organized. You understand? But when you are from a good family, do you know that your family name can give you connection, give you contact, make people to respect you, not because of the money they have, but because of character. I published a book about 7 years ago. The title of the book is Wisdom for Great Success. In that book, Wisdom for Great Success, I thought I was able, by the grace of God, I was so much inspired to teach people how character values so much more than money. If I'm with you as a friend and all you're telling me is about money, I may not want to see you again. Because I believe there are values to life that money cannot buy.
It's true.
There's wisdom in Ecclesiastes 7 verse 12. There's wisdom that money cannot buy. Isaiah 55 told us, come and draw water from an old cistern that money cannot buy. So if you concentrate on money, you may not be my friend.
I know. So how would one know that my partner trusts me, or like if you're in a relationship, you're in a marriage, how would you know that your partner trusts you? Good.
Let me now go to the beginning. If I give a lot of references from the scriptures, because that from my childhood I believe that scriptures is the baseline, the direction for my future. From Genesis, the first thing you see there is in the beginning. And the most spiritual book in the New Testament is the book of John, where you see in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was with God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by Him.
Yeah.
Without Him was not anything made that was made. So in the beginning of relationship is where the problem starts.
Okay.
The question should be, how can you identify a good person for your relationship?
That's true.
A rough person is rough, unless the person is changed by the word of God. You understand? If you are into a wrong relationship, it's like going to hellfire. If you meet a wrong man with sweet mouth, they will promise you heaven and earth. And when you go into them, they can not do even 0.5% of what they have promised you. So you see yourself in the middle of deep blue sea. A lot of women, if you hear their stories, you feel like crying. Because of deceptions, they believe a lot of words from men. You know, some men are so sweet-mouthed that they can tell you as if you will be here, you are thinking you're already in
a sugar-coated words.
Yeah, so that is what is putting a lot of women into wrong relationships. People who do much doesn't say much.
It's true.
You understand?
It's true.
Those who do
when
much
they meet you for the first time,
much.
they give false promises.
It's false promises.
Yeah, to make you.
Real men want you to see, not to tell you first. They want you to see it. You understand? You come to them, they don't have so much time to talk more things. You understand? They do more than they say. But some men, they can hold, and women, their ear, they like to hear so much. They're so much entertained by fabulous stories.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand? So
anyway,
at times it confuses them. The real person that will prosper their destiny, the real person that have good intention for them, will not say much. And so they despise, they ride, and look down on the person. So that person that says much, they will follow that person. At a time they regret.
It's true.
You understand? So you at times in Africa, why our parents do not make the kind of mistakes that people are making now. If they are, you tell a man that I am going to this house, or this person is coming for me in marriage, you want to trace their family. You want to know how their family is. In the Bible, you see some people some people say, okay, when Abraham told his worker to bring a wife for his son, he sent him to a place. You understand? So you should have direction. Anything you are doing, have focus. You have future. You understand? Manna doesn't fall from the sky. You know, some women, they want to get it, to hit it.
It
doesn't work like that. At times, it causes them what they don't expect.
Anyway, Mr. Felix, okay, thank you for saying that. But we are still continuing. But before we continue, we are going for a commercial break. And when we come back, yes, we'll still continue, because this discussion is getting too exciting, isn't it? Yeah, we have to know what is happening in our relationship. We really need to solve our marital issues. So we are going for a commercial break, and we come back. Yes, we'll continue with our discussion. Stay glued to your seat.
Ivory Party Hire and Event Planning is one of the UK's leading event companies. There are several event planning companies, but the best of the rest is Ivory Party Hire. Our specialty is creating quality, unique events with stunning delivery and integrating each and every element, from decoration, party equipment hires, event planning, etc. We provide a wide range of bespoke events, from private parties and weddings to conferences, product launching, charity balls, and high-profile special functions. Our team works all over the UK and internationally. Our creativity, passion, and customer service is second to none. Contact Ivory Party Hire and Event on mobile
07400071417. Email info@ivorypartyhire.co.uk. Website www.ivorypartyhire.co.uk.
Ivory Party Hire and Event Planning. Imaginary made real.
This is the Click Show. You are watching the Click Show live on Facebook at Great Television. I told you there's a lot of love going on at Great Television. Yes, I'm your one and only Okonore Yaa, And I'm here with Mr. Felix Nkadi. Mr. Felix is a producer, he's a pastor, he's a marriage counselor. Oh, in fact, he's got all. He does so many things. Mr. Felix, right. Before we go into the issues again, are you married?
Yes.
Yes. With children?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, are you living in the UK permanently, or
No?
You are, okay.
I'm based in Nigeria.
In Nigeria. Oh, okay. So you came here purposely for the premiere.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow. So how long have you been married for? Sir?
I got married 2009.
Okay.
It's 9 years now.
9 years. Okay. Right. That's so good. So at least you've got a lot of experiences in this marriage and relationship issues
Exactly.
we are talking about.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. So you're a producer,
Yes.
right? And you are married with children.
Yes.
And you travel a lot.
Exactly. Yes.
So
very well.
Very well. Wow. So how do you manage your family and your career? So
very, very good. Most importantly, I told you I prefer the essence of marriage is made by God to help your destiny. Your marriage cannot be separate from your destiny. It is to build your destiny. My wife is a lawyer. Okay, so she also understand. From the first time I met her, I told her my vision about marriage, how I see marriage. My parents have been married for over 50 years now. They are still together.
Wow.
You understand?
Okay.
So I also appreciate the fact that her own parents are also still together. Because when Jesus Christ said, before you remove or complain about what is in the eye of another person, remove what is in your eye.
Eyes first, right?
No human being is perfect. No human being is complete. You must acknowledge that you are fallible as a human being. When someone called Jesus Christ good man, Jesus said, why callest thou me good? There is only one that is perfect, that is good, that is my Father in heaven, because he was in human flesh, naturally. At times you may be trying to your best to please a person, but your action with very good intention now become offensive to that person.
That's true.
And that person is blaming you, you feel like crying. You understand? So that doesn't make you wicked, that doesn't make that person wicked. We must appreciate the fact that as human beings we are fallible. You understand? So I studied law also. Okay. So there is this thing they say that the judgment of the Supreme Court is not final because they are infallible, but it is infallible because it is final.
It is final, yeah.
You understand? Because from there you don't go to any other court again.
Great.
So I studied my wife, I told her, and I find out that we have the same vision about marriage. So we have been together, and I must tell you the truth, we have been so peaceful and happy together. I create time for my marriage.
That's good.
There is no amount of money you will make in life, investment you have in life, without success in marriage, you have failed. You have failed. Build all the empires. If you die, your children are not united. They will fight and strangers will take it.
That's true.
They will be paying lawyers from your effort. They will be deceived easily because they are not united. You understand? So as you're building your own empire, your own destiny, you're building destiny for your tomorrow. So that all your sweat will not just go down the drain. You understand? So it is good you have a future, a direction, a vision, a purpose for whatsoever you want to do.
Okay. Right. Viewers out there, you can send us your messages. You can ask Mr. Felix Nkadi any messages at all you want to ask him about this marriage and relationship topic. Yes, we are talking about trust, mistrust, and cheating. So you can log on to your Facebook and go on Great Television, yes, and you can send us your messages there and we will read it out. Thank you. Right. So, Mr. Felix, based on the little explanation you've given us, let's look at cheating. What is cheating in marriage?
Cheating is infidelity.
Why would somebody cheat?
It is greed. It is pride. It is at times I would say taken over by the devil. It is as well a person who is short-sighted. A person, because if you have a direction, you'll be passionate about it. If you are passionate about it, you want to sacrifice for it. You understand? If you want to sacrifice for it, you want to make it a success. So if you have passionate about your marriage, you know that this marriage is your future, is your destiny. You will not cheat. You understand? Because apart from physical consequences, some things has also spiritual consequences.
Okay.
So it is wise for you not to cheat in your marriage. As a man, as a woman, you understand? Not to cheat at all. Value your marriage as the greatest asset you have. It is the greatest asset. Some people, if you buy a car now, in the next year or 2 years time, that car will become old model. You understand? At a time, you may not like it again.
But you want to change it.
You want to change it.
Yeah.
You understand? There are some things that God have given to you that are yours. You should not allow the enemy to take it away. One is your salvation. Two is your marriage. You don't allow the enemy to take it away. I give you this 1 minute example. When Jesus visited the house of Mary and Martha, you understand? Martha was trying her best to please Jesus Christ, but Mary was sitting at his feet to hear his word.
Okay.
At the time, Martha complained. He said, "Why do you advise my sister to join me? Has left me alone, taking care of all these things." Then Jesus said, "Martha, Martha, you get worried about unnecessary things so much. But Mary has chosen the most important thing that cannot be taken away from her." So there are things that cannot be taken away from you. One is your salvation. Two is your marriage. You struggle because they are inherent part of your destiny. Thank you.
Okay. So what forces someone to cheat?
One is bad friends. You understand? Bad friends, bad influence. Okay, when you listen and obey and believe negative advice, you allow some negative thoughts to grow in your mind. Yeah, I told you the Bible says, casting down imaginations and every high thought that is lifting itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. So in the mind of man, the enemy sends some evil negative thoughts, ideas, and you allow them to grow in your mind. So it prompts you to engage in some negative, regrettable and destructive actions too. So at times it's bad friend. If you have a friend, you have a future, everybody cannot be your friend.
Okay.
You understand? People that doesn't have the same vision with you should not be your friend. You understand? So you have to have friends that will prosper or help improve your vision.
Your vision.
You understand? So some people, they have friends that will be telling them negative things. I can't take this from a man. I can't take this from a woman. You understand? So at times it makes them engage in some quarrels that are not worthwhile, that will have no result, that will only destroy their marriage. You know, so that is the basic, the ignorance of men and ignorance of the spouses are the basic problems, even more than spiritual attacks.
That's
I know
true.
spiritual attacks also happen sometimes, but ignorance of men is more dangerous.
Do we have people who are naturally cheaters?
Naturally. Cheetahs. Yes, but you don't like I said, an action grows from thoughts, from environment, from at times. Some people, there's an adage in my place that a leaf that a mother eat, that his daughter will also eat it. You understand? At times, some people and some bad influence, some bad traits from their mothers and from their fathers. There are some people that their father were polygamists and they have this inherent trait in them. To enter one woman is never enough for them. You understand? But God have given us the favor of deliverance that you can pray to cut it off spiritually.
Okay.
So that thing that influenced your father into negative actions will not influence you to do it. You understand? So in women, at times, they are women that could not live in their husband's home. not because the man is bad. At times their children will grow up and they cannot be able to stay in their husband's home too. You understand? Some people, everywhere, small quarrel, you see them, something telling them in their mind, get out, go, go, go. And if they leave, they may not be able to come back again. So a lot of marriage, when you hear people say that the family that pray together lives together. Yeah. Prayer in marriage is not only for money. You are praying to be together. You are praying for the peace of God. You are praying for the gift of God. You are praying for the will of God to be established in your marriage. You are praying. Do you know that praying together unites people together too? Yeah. You understand? When you are you make your wife your prayer partner, it is very, very important. You pray for the will of God, for the directions of God, for the blessings of God. You understand? For the presence of God. Psalm 27 verse 4. David said, one thing have I desired of the Lord, and that will I seek after, that I will stay in the presence of God all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of God and to inquire in his temple. One thing he pleaded, one thing he said that God should give him, that is the presence of God. So praying together brings the presence of God in your marriage.
Do you think some people have got a hormonal disorder? You know, there are some people, as you just said, they can't, like when they see women or when they see men, they can't just,
control themselves. That is more devilish. They need deliverance. At times you are correct. That's more devilish at times. There are some men, not only women. There are men that have that fault. They love every woman. They love every woman. They love tall woman. They love this. You understand?
Wow.
You can see some man, one man has up to 10 girlfriends. It is devilish. One of our pastors called them eaglet polygamists. You understand? So they grow to live that kind of confused life. They are confused. You understand? They find it impossible to gather themselves together again. So most problems in life of people are the problem they caused by themselves. You understand?
Wow.
One is limited knowledge. When the Bible said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, they are the people of God. Their destruction is not even by their sin. Their destruction is not caused by any other power. It is their ignorance. You see, because they have rejected knowledge, I will also reject them. Knowledge is very important.
Very, very
you seek knowledge. No knowledge that will prosper you. You understand? So some people, they go to Facebook, they go to WhatsApp, they concentrate on news on social media. They don't read things that will prosper their destiny. You understand? Concentrating so much on news that will have no effect, no plus to your life, it makes you remain where you are or even reduces the person. You understand? So that is one of the problems. So when the Bible said that by knowledge shall the just be delivered, it means that the first key to deliverance is knowledge, seeking the right knowledge.
But how can one gain trust in a marriage or relationship?
Okay, I tell you from the Romans chapter 8 verse 32. Romans chapter 8 verse 32, the Bible says that he that spared not his own son, but delivered him for us to receive, there is nothing he cannot do for us. You understand? So to trust God, there is a basis, there is platform, because he spared not his own son. He delivered his son for our own safety, so he can do all things for us. Now, trust is built by the character of the other person. You understand? By the sacrifice of the other person. If you're in a relationship, you want to gain, you are not in relationship because you must sacrifice too. God had to sacrifice to gain our own relationship.
That's true.
And you, a human being, want to gain. You know, that is devilish too. So you have to see how the person is truthful. Honesty is very important. Anybody that's not honest is always fidgeting, always afraid of the unknown, always feeling that is suspected, always feeling that is manipulated, always having negative thoughts, surrounded by the enemies he caused by himself. That is why you see them hiding their phone because
they don't want
you understand? They may, even when there is nothing bad in the phone, they will still hide it. You understand? So they don't want to see the negative thoughts surrounded by the enemies he caused by himself. That is why you see them hiding their phone because you understand? They may, even there is when there is nothing bad in the phone, they will still hide it. You understand? They may, even there is when there is because of dishonesty inside of them. So you have to live a life of honesty. Dishonesty does not pay, because there's nothing you can get from it. There is more than what God can give to you. You understand? Your honesty in relationship. Recently I was invited to a marriage. I was made the chairman of the marriage, so I had the opportunity of advising the couples. I tell them that every human being have his own angel. You understand? You have your own angel, and when your spouse is so honest, kind, sacrificial to you, you are God who bless the person. You understand? If your wife has his own God that protects him, yeah, an angel. The angel will now be working for you as a man. And when your wife is so nice, your angel will also bless her.
Wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it is very good. You are so honest. You are so committed to the prosperity of your relationship, of your marriage in particular, so that the God of your spouse will bless you.
Okay. Right. I'm your host, Okonore Yaa, and I'm here with my special guest, who is a producer, a marriage counselor, a writer as well, and also a pastor. He's in the person of Mr. Felix Nkadi. So we were talking about trust, cheating, and mistrust in marriage and relationship. It's something that is killing our marriages and relationships these days in our 21st century. You know, marriages are just everywhere, and many things are happening which is breaking down our marriages. And in fact, we said we have to look through all these things and see how best we can help each other so that our marriages will last longer. So, Mr. Felix, how would you, I've got a question for you. Someone just asked, how would you handle or manage a mistrusted partner whom you love and wouldn't like to lose?
Very, very good. The operative word there is whom you love.
Whom you love.
The love. You understand? Love is the greatest thing that God has created. For God to also define himself, he said God is love. You understand? Love covers all things. Love forgives. Love tolerates. Love also sacrifices.
That's true.
So if you love something, it becomes part of you. It becomes things that give you that inner joy, inner peace of mind, that gives you some values that money cannot buy. What you love can also offend you sometimes. We offend God too.
That's true.
The Bible says if we say that we are without sin, we are liars. You understand? So every time God forgives us, you understand, by our mistake, you also be forgiven to your wife. Jesus Christ said, forgive one another as Christ has forgiven you. So if your spouse does things you don't like, first tell the person. I said earlier here that you may be trying your best to please a person. Your actions may be offensive to the person, but that's your action. You were doing it to make the person happy. You understand? It doesn't make the person wicked. It depends on his own perspective about your actions. So you have to be very open, very transparent, and also you will not be afraid to speak your mind. Anybody, whether it is you have a friend that is the same sex with you, or your spouse, in every relationship, and you are not allowed to say your mind, then it is destructive. You understand? When God was annoyed about the children of Israel, he told Moses, I will destroy them. Moses prayed and changed the mind of God. So God listened to Moses. Why will a human being be so proud he will not listen to the other human being? Whether it's your father, whether it's your friend, whether it's your benefactor, you understand? You must listen to hear the mind of another person. And if the person has mistake, you can correct. Nobody cannot make mistake. You understand? So the person that you love that is now mistrust, maybe has offended you, maybe has betrayed your trust. Some betrayal are also out of ignorance. He may not know that this will offend you, he will do it. You understand? Or if he had been deceived either by human or by the devil to do things, that action that he does may not be particularly against the person. The enemy may push the person to work against you, to do something for you to take decisions that will be injurious to your future. that will be destructive to your tomorrow. You understand?
Yeah.
Enemy has a lot of bad strategies. They can make your helper to offend you. They can make you do things that will offend your helper.
Okay.
So you have to tolerate and forgive. You have to bear and correct. You understand? You take these steps because they are giving peace to your mind, health to your soul. You understand? So it is very important to forgive, correct,
Yeah.
and also be prayerful
Be
for
prayerful.
that person. If that is weakness, the Bible says, comfort each other, one another, strengthen the weakness of the other person.
Okay.
So you are not getting a spouse that the person is very strong. Strengthen the person's
You
weakness.
strengthen the person's weakness. Okay.
Thank you.
I've got another question for you. And it says, will you trust a partner after confessing of his attitude of mistrust?
Yes. A person who confesses, one, is repentant, is remorseful. You understand? He has also a kind of judged himself to be wrong.
Okay.
You understand? When the Bible says that fear of God is wisdom, and to depart from iniquity is understanding. You understand? The person has understood that what he did is wrong. He has blamed himself, judged himself, condemned himself, and is now remorseful and repentant. So if the person confesses, it's good. Forgive the person. You know, right thinking human being indulges in what he hates. You understand?
Okay.
He has done that action. He has hated that action. He will not be comfortable doing what he hates. That means he has repented. So it is better for you to forgive, strengthen the person. Every human being has strengths and weaknesses. So allow the person to concentrate on his strengths, and he will be better. Thank you.
What if the person, you know, the person has offended you or something, but the person wants to prove to you that he or she is always right?
That means he has not confessed. He is not repentant or is not remorseful. If the person is saying that is right and that thing is offensive to you, that thing makes you feel bad, and the person is rejoicing over it, that means that person doesn't love you. You understand? Because who you love, you want the person to be happy. You understand? If you are doing something against the person you love and that person is crying, you will not be happy. Let me now give you this example. In Psalm 107, the Bible says, when I cry unto the Lord. God doesn't want to see us cry. You understand? So, because he loves us. So, you cannot love your spouse and always want the person to be crying.
Could be crying, yeah.
Crying painfully. You understand? It is not good. He said, when I cry unto the Lord, then shall my enemies turn back. When we cry to him, he will act for our sakes. And so now your person is crying bitterly, not crying for you to help the person. So you have to do something.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Felix. Wow. So, so what advice will you give to married couples who are having this mistrust in their issue, especially with the phone business and all those things? A little bit.
They should find a place of trust for each other.
Okay.
They should trust the person for who the person is. You understand?
Okay.
Trust the person first. Build your mind to trust the person.
Okay.
Always correct the person.
Okay.
Be willing to correct, not to condemn.
Okay.
You understand?
Right. Okay.
Let the person know what makes you happy. You may like thing, I don't like it.
Yeah,
you understand?
true.
But if you are in the relationship, let the person know what you like and what you hate.
Okay.
And you should be desirous or willing to do what makes the person happy. It may not be so convenient for you, but in the interest of love, you will be willing and passionate about it.
Okay. All right, Mr. Felix. Yeah. So you've heard Mr. Felix. Yeah, he's advised us so much on trust and, you know, the cheating in our marriage and relationship. Let's come to your movie premiere. So when is it coming on?
13th of April 2018. That is next week Friday.
Where is it?
Odeon Cinema, Greenwich, Boxby Way.
Okay. And will somebody who has got no ticket, when they come?
Yes, you can get ticket on the at the place.
On arrival.
Yes, non-arrival. We have a lot of tickets to sell. £20, £25. That's the VIP. We have few tickets of £15 too. So you come, buy tickets. This is a movie you will love to watch.
I know.
A movie that when you watch it, you'll be asking when will it be released so that you have a copy at home.
Wow.
It has values to teach you.
Okay.
It has a lot of entertainment, a lot of things to open your eyes. It is pure African story. A story that will make your mind, so once you are watching it, you'll be fixated to the screen. You will not want to leave it.
I know.
So the story is very nice.
Okay.
It's like I said, I tell stories from what I want to teach the people at a time. From my subsequent movies, you will also know.
Yeah. Is there any after party?
Yes, there will be after party.
Oh wow!
There will be after party.
Wow!
The after the red carpet, there will be the video show. After that, there will be after party. Then we have got a DJ to play and some interesting entertainment.
Hey,
from the promoter Danny Eskin.
Danny Eskin, can you give him a big shout out, Danny Eskin?
Shout out to Danny Eskin. He likes happiness. Yeah. So he likes to make people happy because himself is always a very happy man too.
Yeah, I love that man, Danny Eskin.
He's got the kind
so
of my
good.
cap always.
Yeah. Oh, Danny Eskin, wherever you are, big ups. Yes. So that is nice. You know, I love when I watched the trailer. I was like, oh wow, this movie is going to be so great, and I will be there.
Yes,
I will be there to witness it and to watch it because I love the cast. You know,
exactly.
I love all of them. So, you know, viewers out there, next week if you don't have anywhere to go, you know, go to Odeon Cinema in Greenwich and watch this movie called Tough Target.
You will be glad.
You will love it. You will love it. I love that trailer. When I watched the trailer, I felt like, oh, wow, something is happening. Something is coming to London. So you heard from Mr. Felix. Yes, he round up everything. So if you don't have anywhere to go, just meet us at Odeon Cinema Greenwich and watch with us the movie called Tough Target. Yes, we've come to the end of the show, the Click Show. And I would like to say a big thank you to Mr. Felix Nkadi for, you know, coming on the show, and he has, you know, educated us a lot. He has said so many things. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure meeting you today.
Thank you.
Right, and I also say a big thank you to Elilia Couture for my outfit, Beauty by Mona for my makeup, and Ivory Decorations for sponsoring the program. I also like to say a big thank you to my producers and my directors at Great Television. They are doing a great job and they are doing it with love. I also want to say a big thank you to Danny Eskin, wherever he is, yes, for making this possible. So same time next week on Saturday 4 to 5 p.m. we have another thing coming your way. So tell a friend to tell a friend to always keep watching Click Show on Great Television. See you next week.
Honey, baby, nyaman kitin kitia, eji yemuno, anuntina. Wama asana bin majwa me hunide jamiti yewu subai onye kura anuntina
Great TV, unveiling greatness.